I want to do 101 on permaculture design. I'm here at École des Sauvages, which is actually my home and business, my English school. And this is my new house. And my wife had everything to do with the construction. I had nothing to do with the construction. And to be honest, we weren't getting along too well at the time. And she actually wanted a divorce, but that's a whole different story. But everything's changed now, and we have an amazing relationship, and everything's good. So, one of the biggest mistakes with permaculture design is this design word, design, right? Because if you read the permaculture design manual, there's like 2 or 3 chapters just on the design aspect, on thinking about the design, and it tells you like spend weeks thinking about design. Well, you know, I've started permaculture probably this year. I've been doing it now for about 6 months, and I spent a lot of time with Multi-Night Farm, which is my first permaculture design. And I think the first biggest mistake is thinking design, right? Think small steps. For example, here I am at my house. And look at this stuff here. Do you think anything is going to grow in this? So it's pretty obvious what I need to do, right? Now, I've basically been clearing all this stone off. And I've spent the day scraping, and bagging this stone. I've got bags and bags and bags. Now, other things I know that I'm going to need, I've got wood chips in here. I've got some manure. There's a little frog enjoying the heat. It's okay. I'm not going to mess with you. The other thing I learned, you can hear it, is the wind. I've got a wind. I actually want to put a wind turbine right up in here. That'd be great. Put a wind turbine and get some electricity right in here. I get nice wind. So, you know, just as I'm scraping away, I'm thinking about design. I'm thinking about the swale design, right? And I'm thinking, you know what? I need trees here. I need something to block this wind. Because this is a great source of heat here, reflecting heat. So I'm thinking grapes or something up here, right? The sun, it's getting a good amount of sun here, afternoon sun. So, you know, there's a little shade in the morning, but it gets a good amount of afternoon sun. So there's not a bad grow area. So I definitely need to build this up here. So my point is, let me get out of the wind so you don't be killed with the wind, is when you're doing permaculture design, take one step at a time. And as you're doing that one step, be thinking design, right? So I'm probably going to run a wavy swale bed in here. It's going to be wavy. And I'm actually thinking about extending. I'm going to build this up here, and I think about taking the swale straight back. It'll be a straight line back there and then back around the other side. So I'll have basically a trench of water running around the entire house. And I'm actually thinking about using these bags as a lining on the bottom. And I'm actually thinking about using these stones, right, as a barrier for the water. So as I dig down, I'm going to use the stones. So basically the stones will be where the water is going to sit. And it'll be a barrier between the water and the soil, and have the bags going up just the same height, so if it goes up to, it basically overflows. And I don't have soil sitting in water, which can cause stench. So my point being is, when you're thinking about permaculture design, take it in small steps. Don't let the size of the job, basically deter you. I think, you know, this whole permaculture design certification is bullshit. And it's just a sophist. You know, Socrates was always hammering on the sophist. Well, I'm going to be the Socrates of the permaculture design group, and I'm going to be hammering on these, you know, permaculture design certificate sophists, because that's all they are. They're making money selling a piece of paper, which, in my view, is not what permaculture is about. Permaculture is about basically empowering people to take their own food into their own hands without the need to pay for some course from Jeff or anyone else to do it. There's enough information online. I've just started doing it, and I'm going to be offering basically free courses. Make a donation, right? I'm not a nonprofit. Just make a donation to what you feel you got out of it. On my farm we'll have camping. I already have 2 tents, so I can already have 2 students if you want to come out and learn. And come and work and do it. I already have 1 student that comes up, Minnow, and work. So my advice to anyone interested in permaculture, just do it, right? The key things with permaculture is basically the earth, what's the soil, and don't worry about the pH or everything else so bad. Just, you know, as long as it's not rock, right, and you can add to it and improve it. All this stuff's free. I got from the farm, so I've developed resources to get that stuff. The second thing is obviously sun. Where's the sun hitting? How much light? And what kind of plants do you think will thrive in that location? And finally, the wind, and obviously the water. Permaculture is all about managing, controlling water. So you should be thinking in the design thing, basically, okay, I've got wind. If you ever gotten wet and gone for a run or had the wind blow, you know how cold it gets. So plants, if they're a little damp and there's, you know, in the morning when there's a dew and then the wind picks up, that cold is going to basically stunt their growth. So you want to minimize this, you know, this cold, the wind, because even wind with a little sweat is going to be chilly. And ultimately managing water, because plants need water. So, you know, permaculture isn't rocket science. It's pretty much straightforward common sense. Just get out there and do it.